Have you ever felt like the world around you is shifting faster than you can keep up? Whether it's a sudden change in your career, a new city, or even a shift in your personal life, change is a train that never stops. And here's something that might surprise you. The ancient philosophers of Stoicism taught that embracing this constant change is not just necessary, it's the key to your personal freedom and growth. Today, we're not just going to talk about coping with change. We're going to learn how to harness it, to transform every shake-up into a step up for your personal evolution. So, if you've ever felt overwhelmed by the whirlwind of life's changes, stick around. This video is going to change the way you view the changes in your life. And if you're ready to turn life's challenges into your greatest opportunities, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And don't skip any part of this video to ensure you catch every single transformative insight we're about to dive into. The mind adapts and converts to its own purposes the obstacle to our acting. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius. First off, let's think of change not as a hurdle, but as your personal stepping stone. When life throws change your way, imagine it not as an obstacle, but as a gentle push propelling you toward personal growth. It's easy to fall into the trap of seeing change as something daunting, something to brace against and endure. But what if, instead, you saw each change as an invitation, a chance to evolve into a better version of yourself? Consider this. Every time you face a change, you're actually standing at the crossroads of opportunity. It's a moment where you can decide to either step forward into growth or step back into safety. Growth, however, isn't just about moving forward. It's about rising up. It's about using these moments of change as a springboard to reach heights you might not have thought possible. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminds us, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." When faced with change, then, we should see it not as a barrier, but as the path itself. This is a profound shift in perspective. Instead of seeing change as a disruption, it becomes the very route to personal betterment. Let me share a story that illustrates this beautifully. Think about the caterpillar, the very epitome of transformation. The caterpillar doesn't resist becoming a butterfly, it embraces the change, allowing itself to be reshaped into something spectacular. Now, I'm not saying that embracing change is easy. It's not about ignoring the discomfort or pretending it doesn't exist. Instead, it's about acknowledging the discomfort, but choosing to see the potential that lies beyond it. And here's something to ponder. Each change that comes your way is uniquely tailored to you. These aren't random events. They're signposts pointing you towards the areas in your life where growth is waiting to happen. When change knocks on your door, it's bringing with it a chance to learn, adapt, and ultimately to enhance your personal qualities. So next time you feel that familiar resistance to change, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what can this change teach me? How can this shift in my life be the very thing that helps me grow? Embrace the challenge, lean into it, and see it as a catalyst that propels you toward becoming not just a different version of yourself, but a better version. Seneca also offers advice that resonates with this mindset. He wrote, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." This shows us that change is not just a series of random disruptions, but a natural progression of life's continuous flow. It's an inevitable and essential part of our journeys. When change arrives, it's closing one chapter and offering us the blank pages of another. This is our chance to write a new story. Perhaps one that better reflects who we are becoming rather than who we once were. This is more than just coping with life's shifts. It's about thriving because of them. It's about building a mindset that not only anticipates change, but welcomes it with open arms as a necessary component of your personal evolution. Keep these reflections in mind, and let's keep this conversation going. What changes are you facing right now, and how could they possibly be the stepping stones to the next great chapter in your life? Each change is a teacher if we're willing to be its student. Now, let's delve into our second point. Change is nature's own way of teaching us valuable lessons. Just consider the way the seasons change. Each season brings something new: the renewal of spring, the abundance of summer, the transition of autumn, and the quiet introspection of winter. Each season is not just a change in weather, but a lesson in adaptation and transformation. Similarly, the changes we encounter in life are not arbitrary. They are rich with lessons and new directions. Imagine you're witnessing the first buds of spring after a long, harsh winter. This isn't just a sign that warmer days are coming. It's a reminder of life's incredible resilience and its capacity for renewal. Every change in our lives, big or small, carries with it the seeds of a similar renewal. When a major shift happens, maybe a career change, a move to a new city, or even a shift in a relationship, it's easy to focus on the loss or the discomfort. But if we shift our perspective, we see that each change brings with it the promise of new growth, new challenges, and new opportunities. Each change is a teacher, if we're willing to be its student. Embracing change means listening to what it's trying to tell us. What can we learn from this new situation? How does it challenge our old patterns and push us to grow? This approach turns even the most daunting changes into opportunities for gaining wisdom and deepening our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Consider how a tree adapts to its environment. It bends with the wind, and over time grows stronger in its resistance. Similarly, when we embrace the changes that come our way, we're not just getting through life's storms, we're learning how to thrive despite them. We find wisdom in every transformation, learning a little more about our capabilities, our limits, and how to stretch them. We learn about resilience, about patience, and about our own inner strength. Now think about the last significant change you faced. Reflect on the initial resistance that might have surfaced. What if, instead of resisting, you had leaned into the change? What lessons might have been waiting there? Moving forward, when you encounter change, challenge yourself to see it as a crucial learning phase, not just a phase to endure, but one to engage with actively. This perspective is not just about surviving, it's about thriving. It's about finding that thread of wisdom woven into the fabric of every new direction we take. By embracing change in this way, we don't just adapt, we transform, we evolve. And in that evolution, we discover not just who we are, but who we might become. Remember, like the ever-changing seasons, we too are meant to change, grow, and flourish in an endless cycle of becoming. Focus on putting in sincere effort, cherish the process, learn from every step, and let the outcomes take care of themselves. Thirdly, let's dive into the concept of letting go of attachment, especially to outcomes. It's a topic that might feel a bit counterintuitive at first, because aren't outcomes supposed to be the measure of our efforts? Well, here's a different spin. When we focus solely on the results, we often overlook the importance of the journey itself, the learning, the growth, and the experiences we gain along the way. By shifting our focus to the effort we put in rather than the outcomes, we free ourselves from the tight grip of expectations. This shift is all about embracing flexibility and opening ourselves to a range of possibilities that we might miss if we're too fixated on a specific result. Imagine you're planting a garden. You water it, you tend to it, but you're not just doing it for the harvest. You do it for the joy of seeing the plants grow, for the peace that comes from interacting with nature, and for the satisfaction that comes from nurturing something outside yourself. The harvest is just a bonus, not the sole purpose. This mindset can be applied to virtually every aspect of life, from personal projects and career goals to relationships and personal growth. When we let go of our attachment to specific outcomes, we also start to reduce the fears and disappointments that come with unmet expectations. It's about accepting that not every effort will lead to success, at least not in the conventional sense, and that's perfectly okay. This doesn't mean we don't aim for success or that we stop trying our best, but it does mean that we don't let the fear of failure prevent us from trying in the first place. Moreover, detaching from outcomes helps cultivate a more resilient spirit. When outcomes are not the end-all and be-all, every failure becomes a learning opportunity, not a stopping point. It encourages a mindset of growth and continuous improvement, where the real value lies in the experience gained and the lessons learned, not just the final result. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, frequently discusses the importance of focusing on actions rather than worrying about the results. He advises, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This wisdom underscores the Stoic belief that while we cannot control every aspect of our lives, we can control our efforts and our responses to whatever outcomes occur. This detachment is not about giving up on goals, but is about preparing ourselves to accept any result with equanimity and grace. Let's think about how this concept applies in everyday life. Maybe you're working on a project at work. By focusing on the quality of your work, your creativity, diligence, and teamwork, you enrich your professional skills and deepen your engagement with your job. The outcome will naturally follow, but it's not the sole focus. Or perhaps in a more personal aspect, like fitness or health goals. Instead of obsessing over numbers on a scale or the shape of your body, focus on the consistency of your exercise routines or the balance of your diet. Enjoy the increased energy and the better mood that comes with healthy living. Seneca also offers a perspective that complements this approach. He emphasizes the importance of being content with oneself and one's own virtues as the main source of happiness, rather than external achievements or failures. He teaches, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. This Stoic advice aligns with the idea of detaching from the results. It is about appreciating and putting value on the present efforts and letting the future unfold as it may. By embracing this approach, you're not just reducing stress, you're opening up your life to new opportunities and possibilities. When we're not tethered to specific outcomes, we allow ourselves to experiment, to take risks, and to live more freely. This openness can lead to discoveries and successes far beyond what our original expectations might have allowed. So, as we continue to explore and apply these ideas, remember, focus on putting in sincere effort, cherish the process, learn from every step, and let the outcomes take care of themselves. This way, you're not just working towards a goal, you're also building a richer, more rewarding life. Lastly, let's talk about something really important. Building your resilience by stepping out of your comfort zone on a regular basis. Now, this doesn't mean you need to make massive leaps into the unknown every day. Instead, think about it as incorporating small challenges into your routine. These small steps are just as powerful in strengthening your resilience as the big ones. You see, every time you decide to try something a little challenging, whether it's learning a new skill, changing up your daily routine, or even just choosing a different route to work, you're doing something crucial. You're teaching yourself how to handle change. These experiences, though they might seem minor, are actually exercises in flexibility. They're like workouts for your adaptability muscles, making you more capable of handling bigger shifts when they inevitably come your way. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, champions the idea of facing adversity head-on as a means to strengthen character. He suggests, "The mind adapts and converts to its own purposes, the obstacle to our acting. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This perspective teaches us that every challenge we encounter is an opportunity to grow stronger. The process of overcoming obstacles, large or small, builds a mental muscle that prepares us for future hardships. Thus, stepping out of your comfort zone doesn't always mean making grand gestures. Even small challenges like tackling a new task at work or speaking up in a meeting can significantly boost your resilience. Consider this. When you consistently challenge yourself with small things, you're not just learning new skills or habits, you're also building confidence in your ability to manage and adapt to new situations. This is invaluable because life, as we all know, is full of surprises. By regularly stepping outside your comfort zone, you prepare yourself to face these surprises with a more robust mindset. Think about how a muscle gets stronger. You don't start by lifting the heaviest weights right away. You start small, gradually increasing the weight as your strength builds. Similarly, resilience builds over time, with each new challenge you take on, no matter how small. These challenges teach you that change is manageable and that you can indeed handle more than you might have initially thought. Moreover, keeping yourself open to new challenges keeps you mentally flexible. This flexibility is crucial because it transforms how you respond to change, from fearing or resisting it to embracing and thriving in it. The more you practice stepping out of your comfort zone, the more natural it becomes to adapt to new circumstances, and the less likely you are to feel destabilized by changes in your life. So, I encourage you to think about the little ways you can start stepping out of your comfort zone. Maybe it's by starting a conversation with someone new, trying a new activity, or taking on a project that you find a bit intimidating. Remember, it's not about the size of the step. It's about the decision to take that step at all. Each small challenge you overcome not only boosts your resilience, but also enhances your life with new experiences and perspectives. Seneca also contributes to this idea by reminding us of the unpredictability of life and the necessity of being prepared for change. He wrote, "Fortune is like a violent river and does not allow us to stand still." Seneca's analogy encourages youth to continually seek out new experiences and challenges, as doing so equips youth to better handle the currents of change when they come swiftly and unexpectedly. The more we venture out of our comfort zones, the more adaptable and flexible we become, making us better prepared to navigate life's uncertainties. Regularly stepping out of your comfort zone is a proven strategy to build resilience. It prepares you for life's bigger challenges and keeps you flexible in the face of change. So start small, keep consistent, and watch how you grow stronger and more adaptable day by day.